Oklahoma is one of a number of states to confirm COVID-19 cases in white-tailed deer. And joining us this morning is Micah Holmes with the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation. Thank you for being here with us early this morning, Micah.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's get to it. Can you talk a little bit about the process of how wildlife biologists learned about the COVID cases in deer?
Well, we know scientists have known for a long time that a number of different animals, domestic and wild, can carry COVID. And so we heard from some other states that they were finding COVID in white-tailed deer. And every year, our biologists, the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation, do what's called a herd health study. And we take a look at a number of different samples in different parts of the states and look at those deer for a lot of different diseases. And this year, actually the last 2 years, in 2020 and 2021, we sent some blood samples in for testing for SARS-CoV-2, and a few samples did return positive. So we know that some deer in Oklahoma do carry COVID.
Any indication of how many deer in the state might be infected?
We don't know at this point yet. We know from some other states that the infection rate can be pretty high, but we don't know the infection rate here in Oklahoma.
Well, we are in the middle of deer season right now. Gun season starts Saturday. Is there any need for concern for hunters?
No need for concern. We've known this information for quite a while, and deer season, as you know, has been going on since October 1. So at this time, there's no need for concern. And while we don't know how the deer contract the virus, what we do know that there are no documented cases of humans becoming infected from white-tailed deer.
Okay, so even without a risk of known exposure from deer to humans, COVID exposure, of course, are there any tips for handling, cleaning a harvested deer?
Anytime you're handling wild game or any meat for that matter, and especially knowing what we know now, you ought to take some common sense precautions like washing your hands, wearing gloves, using good cleaning protocols with your knives and cutting boards, things like that, and even wearing masks in this case. But there's no indication that there's any risk for exposure from cleaning deer or eating cooked venison. So get out there and go hunting.
Yeah, so the main takeaway is that at this point, no documented cases and no great concern for hunters.
That's correct.
Being around a deer. Okay, anything else you'd like us to know as we continue on our deer season here, Micah?
Just get out there and go. This Saturday is the Super Bowl for deer hunters, so get out there and go hunting and get some food for your family.
Yeah, make sure to wear the orange too, right?
That's right.
All right. Thanks so much for being here with us this morning. We appreciate you, Micah.